Practice Podcast, where we cover the only sport in the world where there is no practice. With your mini rod driving host, Adam Koester, Tyler Slagh, and Chase Richardson. Strap in for some debates on the world of pulling, exclusive special guests, and a whole lot of nonsense BS. The No Practice Podcast starts now.
All right, episode 2.
Welcome back, pulling fans across the world, and those of you that are soon to be pulling fans. The good news is we made it to episode 2, guys, and there's nobody that's retired or been removed. More on retirement language later in the show, but welcome back. Ton of fun week 1, episode 1. It's been 2 weeks. It feels like an eternity because the buzz is real. We had thousands and thousands of people watching, and we expect that number to continue to grow, and it's all because of you, the fans. So joined again here with my fellow, I don't really know the proper word for him, co-host, but I don't really think you're a professional to get called a co-host. But
likewise,
I'll lead with the intro with the man, Mr. Tyler Rule Change Slagh. If you weren't in the last show, tune in episode 1. Tyler, hot topic or change the rules. And before you speak, how's the new rebuild and the tractor going? Have you cut it up yet, or what are you going to do? Or can you speak to that yet?
I don't know what we're going to do yet. Rumor on the street is we can run at the truck show the way we're set up right now, because it was last week when we learned that Chase, as a board member, campaigned to have our chassis outlawed, and he's completely against them. He was too scared to put his own legs around the motor, so he decided to outlaw it instead of trying it for himself.
Now you're starting to sound like a two-wheel drive puller.
Well, the way shit goes right now, there's a different rule every week, so who knows? They may change their mind.
Anyway, yes. Tyler, welcome back, man. It's great to have you here.
Yeah,
really sorry about the rule change again, but best of luck in the rebuild. We're here for episode 2. A lot of fun ahead.
Yes, sir.
And also we have to my upper right here, again, episode 1. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. Mr. Adam, reverse takeoff Koester. For those of you who don't know, whenever a mini rod gets back up to the sled, there's a process where you go from reverse to forward. Sometimes some guys forget to do that. So Adam forever will be remembered as in reverse takeoff Koester. But Adam, welcome back, my brother.
Thanks for having me, Chase. I have to say, we've got a lot of good feedback over the last couple of weeks of what we're doing here, and I'm a little excited that we're back at it. I almost wish we would got to do it last week too. It was so much fun.
It felt like something was missing.
Yeah, I mean, last week I'm like, man, I just need something to do. Actually, after the last show, I think we stayed on here a little bit longer talking to each other about what we thought and everything. And I think we all woke up on Thursday with a hangover.
Yeah,
it was actually like after a pull. It was like going to everyone's trailer after the pull. But pulling fans, keep it real here. We're not the conversation's just the same as this. We just got to plan for the weeks ahead. So nothing's censored here.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure that, the next week that we can try to do a little bit better and make sure that we're actually moving in the direction that we want to. I thought it was a pretty good success. I mean, this week we have one of the most infamous pullers in all of pulling coming on our show here in a little bit, Adam Bauer, which we all have been friends with him for a long time. This man does not get on any kind of media at all. I don't think he owns anything. Hell, a couple years ago, he just got an iPhone, so he was a flip phone up to then, but he doesn't get on Facebook. He doesn't get on any of the Snapchats or any of the social media things. So this should be a very good conversation with him, and hopefully we can get him warmed up just like he was at the pulls at his trailer after the pull's over, where we all split some beverages and shoot the shit and talk about pulling, talk about not pulling, just whatever comes up to our mind. I'm not really sure. Who knows where he's going to be calling in from? This man is probably still working as we speak. So
that would be about right.
Yeah, I mean, he's a busy guy. It's a busy guy.
And you referenced the social media and Facebook. You'll soon learn here shortly in the next 15, 20 minutes when he joins us. He has his own word for Facebook, and it doesn't start with face. We'll get to that later in the show. But
absolutely
excited to have him. We got a little pop culture recapping again with our official correspondent, Mr. Rick Rant himself. Tyler will lead that later in the show. As Adam said, legendary personality and puller Adam Bauer will be a big part of our show. Can't wait to have him on if he can figure out how to turn his phone on. That's still to be determined. But luckily he has a girlfriend who's up to date with technology, I think. So
yeah, a month ago he had a quick phone. So
we have him. We'll get back to the local establishment spotlight. Ton of good reviews on that. We're going to have some fun with that. Again, we're here to help grow the sport of pulling, the sport we all know and love dearly, but we're also here to spotlight some of the beautiful characters and qualities in the sport, and the local establishments are a big part of that. We'll take questions from you fans and fans. Again, the show started. We had, I think, 20-some thousand people viewed in last week, whether with the download or live or whatever. Get that number exponentially growing. Share this. Tell your friends about it. A lot of fun's going to be had in the show, and a lot of good conversation as well that I think everyone's going to enjoy every other Wednesday. I think it's that time of the show. And again, please send us your questions and comments throughout the show. We will answer them later, as long as for our guests at the tail end of the show. But I think it's a good time to kind of just get into our favorite part, maybe, so to speak, the weigh-in session, just like going across the scales where we all weigh in. So, Adam, I think this is luckily you're not on Facebook weighing in, you're on the show weighing in. So I think it'd be
that's right. I've calmed the Facebook post down a little bit since we have this to talk about now, and people can actually see what I'm talking about. I mean, honestly, I think what everybody needs to be what's on everybody in the mini rod class's mind right now is probably the new rule with the tires. So everybody knows that Nichols is going to be producing a mini rod tire, and Chad Mayhill has his mini rod tire. But the thing that really, I guess, disturbs me about this rule is that you cannot have any more lugs than 30 lugs on the tire, which I think is bullshit. I mean, let's face it. I mean, I think the rule, yeah, we need a competition in the tire. Chad builds a good tire. I'm sure Nichols will build a good tire. I don't think we need to turn into the pro stock class where there's a damn new tire every week or what that, but
why do you think it's BS, Adam?
I think it's bullshit, just for the simple fact that in any other class, you can run as many amount of lugs as you want to on the tire. I mean, if you want to run a Mitas with 54 lugs on it, or 64 lugs on it, or 46 lugs on it, or whatever the number is, you're allowed to do that. I don't know exactly what they're trying to achieve by limiting the number of lugs on the tire. I think that's a little biased. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, we've all ran the same tires. We've all ran a 30 lug tire forever. I mean, maybe you've dipped into the 34 lug tires there for a little bit. I mean, did you see any difference with it?
There was four more lugs to sharpen after a pull.
Right. Did it make you go any further down the track?
I think this is one of those things, guys. This is a safety rule, and I don't know if it makes it safe or not. We can debate this. I have debated it. I don't really care to debate it with somebody, but at the end of the day, there is a line that has to be drawn somewhere, and the line probably needs to be drawn this class more than any other class, because it's not, ignore the elephant in the room. Like, people don't like running new tires that don't really just sell out and go run them. I mean, it's just it just is what it is presently. And it's eventually everyone will get to run them. I know all of us on here run them. But to me, it's, you look at what happened in that two-wheel drive class, and I can speak to this because I'm a freelance two-wheel drive puller, I guess. But, there was newer, wider tire brought to that class this past year, and kudos to everyone who made them. I'm not here to knock manufacturing or new innovation, but that tire did not make that class better. It didn't. All it did was, for my opinion, make people spend more money, and I saw a lot more shit get tore up, just to be honest about it. So,
Right.
Do you think it's
do I think it's a better tire? I mean, yeah, of course it is. That's why everyone runs them, but I don't think it
Did
made
you
the
run the
class better.
Nichols?
In the two-wheel drive?
Yeah,
I did not. Ran the Mayhill.
just ran the Mayhill. I know
Yeah.
there's a few guys. I mean, to let everybody know in the world here what was going on. So I talked to Russ. I made a Facebook post, and I got a phone call from Russ saying he wanted to talk to me about what I thought. And I mean, I kind of got criticized a little bit for the guff that I got for it, but I wasn't attacking him. It was more or less about them writing rules without discussing it with the pullers. And I understand not every rule needs to be voted upon by the pullers, because let's face it, there's a handful of guys that run Grand National, and then there's a handful of guys that run other, and not everybody's vote should be counted. And that's no stab at anybody in the class. I mean, I get it, but I talked to Russ about it, and I personally think, and I told him to his face, that he made a mistake when he made the tire 1.5 inches wider. And
I wouldn't say that. He just made he did what he was allowed to do. I don't think that's
no, and that's what I told him, I think you made a mistake when you made the tire 1.5 inches wider. If you would have made it the same size as the CPEC or the Pioneer or the Mayhill, that there wouldn't have been an issue. But to him, and I totally respect this, is he made a tire per the rule for the width, the circumference, and everything. So that kudos to him. And I told him that, I totally understand it.
I agree.
But I told him, I said it, it really stirred the pot. I told him, dude, you're probably the most hated man in pulling right now just because of this. And it's not because you did something wrong. A lot of people think you did or you didn't. Availability was really weird at the time. I know they're working on it to get more and more tires out there. Some people got to run them. Some people didn't. I think as year 2 comes in here, I think we're going to see a little bit more customers of his that get to run them, and maybe more vehicles.
Hey, back off. Adam, I don't want to cut you off, and I agree with what you said. The most recent comment, can we get this guy a free T-shirt, and can we put it on the screen? This is never truer words spoke. Competitors should not make the rules ever anywhere. I like that. I think he's saying we need to shut the hell up and move on to the next topic, Adam.
Well, I totally. What I'm getting at is, even in the mini rod class, I know some guys ran them here a couple weeks ago. Did you hear anybody? Tyler, did you hear anything from Jeff Hurd on how they worked, or what he thought about them?
He said that they worked good, but they weren't really running against anybody else to see how they stacked up against the other mini rod tires. So, I mean, you go out there with a competitive tractor and you make a pass and you don't have anything to compare it to. I mean, your margin of victory is your comparison. So, were they good? Did they suck? I don't know.
Because you can't practice in a sport. You can't practice in a sport, right, Tyler?
That's right, Jace. I'd heard that.
Right.
So, being that Fritz Brick told us to shut the hell up, maybe we should move to the next topic.
Well, my weighing in topic was the announcement that Mr. Larry Richwine, for any of you not in the know, that is the former head tech inspector for NTPA, is now working for PPL. Thoughts on that?
Big news. It's big news.
It's huge news.
Adam, what do you think?
Well, I'm a Larry fan. I mean, I've always called him and talked to him about different things. I think he's got a lot of common sense when it comes to some of the interpretations of the rules that are being made. He's a pretty lively character himself.
And he is a former puller, which I feel like is pretty important, so he can kind of relate how the process works.
I mean, I think it's good for PPL. Maybe it takes a little weight off of John and Christie. He kind of has a different approach to it. I just hope that a lot of, and this is not a stab at Larry at all. I think there needs to be a good line drawn in the sand, though, on rules to where there's not a gray area, and guys are really scratching at that gray area. Not saying that Larry did that, but they need to be pretty stern on the rules that are made. And I have to say, Marvin's done a really good job of that. You know, he's really been pretty strict. It's either a yes or no. So what do you guys think?
We heard what I always say. The rules are like the taxes in the IRS. The rules maker of the IRS, and the rules are taxes. Nobody's supposed to like them. Yeah, how they do their processes, it could probably be better. But at the end of the day, with Larry, and tell me if I'm wrong on this, guys, or someone watching, I'm pretty sure Larry wrote the majority of the current up-to-date rule book that NTPA goes by, right? Like, he had a big hand in that.
Oh, yeah,
agree.
absolutely.
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 So anytime you can employ the guy who wrote the damn book, I think that's a good move. You know, I think this is a conversation for another episode, but I think the more unity this sport has in terms of rules, the better. And having a guy like Larry who's branded an NTPA gentleman, whether you want to call that or not, he's an NTPA guy who's going to work on the other side. I think that's only good for the whole world of pulling. You know, our universe is not.
For 30 some years he worked there, and like the most interesting thing to me is like this shows to me that he wasn't ready to retire. Seemed to me like a forced retirement.
Well, that is getting floated out there a little bit, that there was a little bit of a forced retirement. I think in the big picture, and maybe you guys can weigh in on this also, is I wish there wasn't a huge fight between the two organizations. I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. I mean, I think as pullers, we all get along, and no matter what organization you go to, it's a good time. I wish there was such an argument about the two pulling organizations.
I think most of the fights are people that live on their computer. You know, the people are out there. You know, I can say this on this show. I don't know if this is probably not public knowledge, but one of the coolest things I've seen, you two don't even probably know this, one of the coolest things I've seen in terms of encouragement of unifying the sport was at the Enderley during the rules portion, and I'm on the mini rod rules committee, and whenever we go through our spiel to present to the board, Jonathan Mears was there at an NTPA meeting, sitting in, listening to rules. You know, a PPL guy. You know, he just didn't show up. He was invited in there by the leaders of NTPA. So I thought that was pretty damn cool myself. So the people that matter, the people that matter, the rules makers and even the competitors, I don't hear a lot of, you know, this side better than that side. I think it's a lot of people that sit on a computer and talk shit. But
that's what I'm saying. From a fan's perspective, I mean, you guys need to quit bashing on both organizations, all of the organizations, about which one's better than the other, that this one's better than that one. I mean, they're all attempting to do the same thing. They want to grow the sport of pulling, put the best product out on the, you know, to the fans. So
for sure.
I mean, I think Larry Richmond's a great guy for PPL to have. He'll bring tons of knowledge and a good interpretation of what the rules should be and where we go from there.
And in terms of retirement, guys, there's three sides of every story. We're not here in the show to comment on any side of it, but it's like a kid, his parents get divorced. Like, hey, son, mom's going to live in this house, dad's going to live in this house, and just try to make it nice. They didn't just say, hey, son, we're getting a divorce. So, you know, I think everyone respects everyone in all situations, and really happy that Larry is going to be helping PPL, and Larry is going to continue to work for Full Pull too. I got permission to say that today. So Larry's not going anywhere. The sport needs him, and you know, Larry only brings good to whatever he's doing. So
he's a character
like him. I think we should have him on the show at some point in time. I think he would be a good conversation.
I'm sure he will find his way on here sooner than later. So I guess it's my turn for the weigh-in part. And I'll try to keep this quick. It seems like we're going way too long with everything, but it's all good. I know the people that tuned in to see Adam, he will be on here soon. Talking about rules is probably a good transition into it. And the last episode, I made this comment about the rule regarding the 25 plus entry classes having like people running a certain time in the class. How do you even explain what that rule is? Because it's so hard to decipher. But
yeah, you were a big fan, right, Chase?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get it, and it kind of leads me. I've been thinking about this. You know, everyone wants the sport to be better. There's not I haven't met a person that doesn't want the sport to grow, doesn't want improvement, but I do think it is important for myself included, everyone to kind of whenever you want change, whenever you want to adapt something in the sport, there's probably two ways to look at it, because say what you want, this is a hobby for all of us, us three. There might be a few of us. Adam Bauer might do this for a living because he won 2 championships, but for us, it's a hobby. But you can look at it through the lens of this is a competitive hobby, which is okay, or you can look at it through the lens of we're competitive entertainers, because when you're in the entertainment business, it's all measured on people watching and asses in the seats. So I think when some of these topics are being brought up, the question needs to be asked: are we doing this as a competitive hobby or as competitive entertainers? And a rule like the one last week, I don't want to get back on the same soapbox, but that whole deal, that's not entertainment. That's because I understand it. I can't explain it to you guys. And you pull so imagine trying to take this to someone else hey, come in and watch this sport.
So does this mean you're retracting your statement? It's like a cancel culture deal. So if somebody gets canceled, they get back on and apologize for the shit they said the week before. Are you apologizing for the rant you went on last week?
No, I'm not apologizing. I think we need to look at things through the lens. Are we guys, is this a competitive hobby? Are we on the golf course with our buddies drinking beer and playing golf? Or are we
trying to make the golf course better?
Or trying to make people watch us and still be competitive about it? I think that's something everyone should probably always evaluate. That's my weigh in for this week. I know we're kind of moving slow, but enough with hearing me talk. It's time for pop culture. Our official pop culture correspondent is sitting on standby. But Tyler, I think this is one of those highlights of every show that you can kind of take us through.
This is the man, Mr. Rick McDowell. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. We're going to give him a call, and we're going to get his pulse on what's going on in the world here.
So can we talk about what we're going to talk about?
Rick, how we doing? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How's your evening going tonight, Rick?
Oh, it's going pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
Yeah, I had a water main break, a line break, so we're trying to get it fixed.
Well, you're in the middle of a broken water main, and we wanted to call you up to ask you
Is your shitter full? Is the shitter full?
Is your shitter full, Rick?
No, it's not. It's empty.
It's empty. That's a good deal. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, you don't sound like you have anything important going on, so we wanted to get your hot take on AI in the world and what that could do for the sport of tractor pulling, Rick.
AI. Okay, explain what AI is.
Artificial intelligence. The robots having brains, Rick.
Oh,
This is world news.
Death to humanity.
Death of humanity. It's already happening in the auto industry. It's even happening in the space industry. Every industry wants to go with robots, and you're not going to have very many people making money to go anywhere to do anything. So,
has he seen Terminator 2?
Rick, are you intimidated by AI personally?
No, I'm retarded. I mean, retired. I'm done with my lifetime. I'm relaxing and I'm 100% disabled vet, and I'm done my duty. So
no robot's going to replace you, right, Rick?
Has he seen Terminator 2?
After my 31st surgery and all the screws, plates, and pins I got in me, they've done a pretty good job, I feel.
Rick, it sounds to me like you're half robot with all those screws and pins. Could you perhaps be a plant of AI amongst us?
I might just be in a positive way, though.
You son of a bitch. I knew it.
So Rick, something we were considering with AI and how it could help our sport. If we had robot drivers, would that be good? Like an AI robot driver, that would help, right?
Yeah, you need a robot driver.
You think Chase would be better if he had a robot driver, Rick? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like me. I should be driving.
That's right, Rick. All right. Well, we don't want to keep you, Rick. We're going to let you get back to fixing your water main. You got the tools on hand there to get a job like that done? Are you competent? You think you can pull this off?
Need Taylor Swift to help you out?
I think I'm pretty good right now till the plumber can come tomorrow.
Oh, you called a plumber, Rick? That's not a real man move right there.
Well, you gotta It is, but it isn't. You have to look at the positive side of the house. The water main belongs to the city or the county, so they'll be out here tomorrow.
I feel like a real man would take 3 months to fix that himself.
3 months? No, I'll be taking 3 hours, and I'm done.
All right, Rick.
Hey, Rick. In 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, this show we reached 20,000+ people last week, but a big part of it was our pop culture correspondent yourself. So, in 2 weeks at 7:15 p.m.
You need to get that blood pressure.
Don't be working on your toilet. Don't be working on your toilet. We have pop culture to talk about.
Yeah,
we had Taylor Swift last week. We have AI this week.
I feel like this is the lowest blood pressure Rick I've ever witnessed in my life. He's sounding a little down and out.
Maybe we need to bring up Taylor Swift again.
It's nice when you take oxycodone too, so it makes me feel pretty good.
Do not
Rick,
drink while taking oxycodones.
Rick, you watch those oxys. Good luck with your shitter pipe you got going there, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks. All right, buddy?
All right,
Be good, Rick.
Thank you for all you do.
Rick's Rants, Rick's Rants, Rick's Rants, Rick's Rants, Rick's Rants, Rick's Rants.
Man, if he's going to be that low energy again, I don't know. I've never
We
seen.
might have to get Donald on the line.
What's more American than a guy working on his plumbing on a Wednesday night?
I mean, working on it or calling somebody else to fix it. I mean, I probably would have taken 12 months to fix that myself.
I think we need to hide the oxycodones from him.
Yeah,
for sure. Now,
he's a little settled down.
special thank you to our official pop culture correspondent. The world of AI has no fit in pulling per him, so we'll move forward in the next 2 weeks.
Other than to drive your tractor, Chase.
Well, that's not. I mean, everyone knows
or the
that.
two-wheeler. I heard a little rumor. Are you getting in the four-wheel drive class?
The day I do that is the day I will retire from this podcast. But you know what? That class is fun to watch. I just never watch it.
Right.
No,
All right.
highly
highly
competitive.
Highly competitive.
Yeah, so-
maybe be the hardest vehicle to drive.
Our guest here actually has made it. He's a guy who's drove a lot of vehicles, but he's actually driven a 4-wheel drive. I think he ran out of bounds though. Yeah. So what perfect time then to bring on our first ever guest on the No Practice podcast, the most decorated man in pulling, defending
all of his glory,
defending mini rod and unlimited Grand National champion, Mr. Adam Bauer. He could be in a combine right now, but we're glad to have you on right now, Adam.
Full too. Yeah.
Adam,
why the hell didn't that go on?
Adam, can you hear me, sir?
I got corn everywhere.
Oh, Jesus. Adam, you're live. Can you hear us?
Yeah, it's all right.
Adam, welcome to the No Practice podcast, the first ever guest ever on the No Practice podcast, and your first ever national podcast debut, if I'm correct. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't think he knows he's on.
Are you driving the combine while talking to us right now, Adam?
Oh, yeah. It's just really
So
pissing me off from here right now.
What's
Are you
going
pissed
on
off
with
with us or the combine?
No, the combine.
What kind of combine is it?
Oh, right now it's gold.
It's gold.
Listen to you guys, and I got corn everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, hey, Adam, if you just slow down, you'll hear us better.
I hear you.
Adam, thanks for coming on the show, brother.
You betcha. What are you guys up to?
Hey, and in case you didn't know, you are on Facebook right now. I know you're not a big Facebook guy, and for those fans that don't know Adam personally, Adam does not refer to it as Facebook. He refers to it as something that rhymes with duck and starts with an F. So we'll call it Duck Book. So Adam, you're on Duck Book officially.
What difference does it make at this point?
You can.
So this is an uncensored show. You're allowed to say whatever the hell you want.
Right.
So how many
Questions for
acres?
you.
How many acres have you got down, and how many you got left to go?
I think we got I think we got 6 down. We got about 5 to go.
And
Damn
that's
it, boy.
1,000.
Yeah.
You been having pretty good weather so far?
Well, it finally rained again, so that was good. Gave us a little break.
You guys hit it around the clock pretty hard?
Yeah, it ain't too bad. We try and start in the morning and get done in decent time, around 9 or so.
So Adam, part of being on the show, we didn't have you to sign disclosures, but you're willing to answer any question we ask you, right? Or are you going to do a pass? I mean, we understand you're a hell of a competitor, but I understand if you don't want to be, yourself out in the public scene. So we're agreeing that you'll answer every question we ask, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Good.
Adam, some people say farmers don't work hard. You say you've got 5 down and 6 to go. Only a total of 11 acres total to harvest. Why work so late at night?
Just like Farmer Bob or Farmer Bruce.
Yes, that's right. So what do you have to say to those people that say farmers aren't working that hard out there?
It's seasonal.
It's seasonal. Do you also yell at people when they eat and tell them that they have to say thank you because you're a farmer and they're only eating because of you?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
That's too funny. Who's your grain cart driver tonight?
Yeah, who do we got in there?
Big's in here and Chris. Not the same one.
Not the same one.
No.
Chris,
So take us through your
running.
We got 2 combines.
And you said it's gold? This ain't no big John Deere X9?
Well, yeah, it's green, but the corn coming over the top of it is gold.
Oh, I got you.
No, I've heard you're supposed to empty those once they're overflowing with corn, Adam.
Yeah. Well, the full button didn't go off, or whatever you want to call it, alarm.
So you're just dumping corn in.
Does your co-pilot tell you when the shit's running over?
Yeah. No, we've been paying attention to you guys.
Adam, we're coming off of we're coming off of another championship season ×2 for you. I think the mini rod championship was definitely all luck, but the unlimited, you came out the gates and changed your combination. Came out with a very unique deal last year that some guys we won't mention kind of copied, and you see multiple times in the class. But take us kind of through, what is this, your 13th championship this year with combined? I know you have a running tally in your pocket there.
Yeah, something like that, I say.
Something like that.
But,
so the last couple of years, you've kind of been on a tear, and not that you aren't always on a tear, but what's kind of changed the last 2 years that kind of, get you on a hot streak, so to speak, besides your girlfriend?
Yeah, she might help a little bit. But last year in mini rod, I think it was just running against you that helped me more than anything. But yeah.
I wouldn't debate that.
But no, yeah. It just being consistent and being there every weekend, how you get it done, I guess.
One of the coolest things about your season this year, mini rod, again, I think it was pure luck. I don't think you really could do that again, but you did. No, I don't know the last time. I don't know the last time someone won a championship and did not win a pole.
I hear you.
Can you guys recall? Won a championship and did not win a pole all year long.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Oh, it's happened.
No, I don't think it. Have you ever done that before, Adam?
I've never done it before, but
if you haven't done it, then nobody's done it.
Usually when I suck, I just suck that bad.
So did you not win a pole because you sucked a little more this year, or because everybody else was better?
Rex Kuntz said he had won one without winning a pole.
All right, we'll take his word for it.
Hey, we got a fan question in already. We want to know how many times does 38 go into 22?
A lot.
That was
don't
from
get it.
one of our.
Checked out on that,
I
but
bet I know
okay.
that.
Yeah, it's okay. That's an inside question. Inside question.
Adam, a big part of having everyone on these shows is to kind of get it behind the scenes. And what better behind the scenes than right along with a guy in his combine? But we do need you to pay attention to us because this is more important than your corn. You're doing a great job, though. So,
Looks like he's in a video game.
I'm good.
He does. He looks like he's AI right now.
Yeah.
Adam, we all have these stories, okay, of leaving pools and shit gets loaded up, and then whenever you go to your next arrival, shit doesn't go the way you plan it. We all have these individual stories,
Right.
but there's one of mine. There's one story that really sticks out to you about you that I think the rest of the world will be privileged to hear. So tell the listeners and for those that don't know about the time that you tried driving down the road with the awnings out. And for those of you who don't know, all of us have awnings that come out the passenger side of our trailer where we pit and stay in the shade. But Adam one time, it's probably after he won both classes and was very in a good mood, decided he wanted to leave New York with his awnings out. So kind of recap us on that and how that whole process worked and how it turned out.
Yeah, so we're in Langford, New York that night, or day, or what, I don't know, whatever it was. Getting ready to leave there, load up. Well, we're loading mini rods up top of the trailer, and I don't know, I see these two 110 plug-ins not plugged in. I just reached up, plugged it in. Didn't think much of it. We got going in the truck. Got down the road probably 15 miles. Get going. That was longer, 15 miles, wasn't it? What,
1,500.
how long is it to toll booth? Probably 40
I think
miles?
it was like closer to an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. It was quite a ways. Well, get to the toll booth, and we leave the toll booth, pay whatever, go through there. About that time, Chucky's like, "Oh my, the awning's out or something. Something's flopping in the wind." Well, needless to say, we left the awning in the toll booth in whatever part of New York that is. Leaving Langford, I know that part.
And then you had to purchase a new toll booth, and it's now the Adam Bauer Memorial Toll Booth, right?
I had heard that.
Ah, well, that would have been better. Shit, I think we got a bill for like $150 to fix the glasses.
That's not bad.
That's not
That
bad.
was
That's not
stupid.
bad.
I was like, we could have killed somebody. Like,
So
No,
tell
that's
us the
what-
story. Tell
Yeah,
us the story when you got on the
Story-
side of the road. When you got on the side of the road, realized that the awning was flopping on the trailer.
oh, yeah. So it's flopping or whatever. And it's like, all right, what are we going to do with this? Well, then canvas is flopping. The arms are out there, whatever. So they pretty much throw me up on top of the trailer, and I start hacking the awning arms off and cut the canvas, then take the cutoff wheel, start cutting the arms off, and the state trooper pulls up. Well, that dude gets out, and I was just like, could have used you a little bit ago. You just fucking propped me right up there. He must have played for the Buffalo Bills, the end or something. He was a tall son of a bitch.
What'd
So
you
the
do with
best
that
part-
awning?
the
Did
best
you leave
part-
it on the side of the road?
Oh, yeah. Then so you going to give us a ticket? And he goes, well, I don't see nothing in here in this book about putting an awning through a toll booth. So, no, I'll see you guys later.
Did he leave? Did he leave after the work was done, or while you were still working on it?
Oh, we basically had it about done before he
Gotcha.
showed up. Yeah.
Rumor
The
is
best
the
part about
awning-
this story. The best part of this story to me was hearing it secondhand. I think it may have been Blake Graves or I don't remember who it was, but they said they were
Well,
leaving. They were leaving.
It was
They were
Blake
leaving
Graves.
Langford. They said, "Damn, there must be a tornado come through here. All these trees are down everywhere."
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a toll booth.
But yeah, they got up to us. They go, oh, we found the branch making machine.
Oh gosh!
Yeah.
Can't make
Is
this-
that the
can't make
most
this up.
exciting? Is that the most exciting travel story that you have? Is anything else happen, or is that top it all?
That's pretty close, I guess. But I'm sure there's something else out there.
Yeah, we'll say
I don't know.
there's gonna be many shows you'll be
That
back
one
on
sticks
here.
in your mind pretty good. Oh, you think so? My rate might be getting pretty high.
So why? I gotta ask, Adam, why have you never done any appearances like this, and why bring on this show? Do you just feel sorry for us, or you feel? I mean, do you just want to rub it in our face that you won a championship in the classic pool, or like what really compelled you to do this?
Because I'm not good on a microphone. Anybody knows that.
You're not on a microphone. You're in a damn.
We're not.
You're in a
just
damn
talking to us
combine.
dudes. This is no different than if you're sitting at the trailer at the end of the night and we're all shooting the shit.
Well, that's true.
So you don't have to worry about
I don't
what
know,
everybody else thinks.
It's a lot easier at the trailer.
Right?
It is easier at the trailer. Nobody spills corn at the trailer. Speaking of at the trailer, Adam, all your fans out there, beer drinking fellas, are a little concerned this summer. We've all noticed you've made the switch to seltzers. What really caused that decision to make you make that pivot from the good old Busch Light to White Claws? You're getting fat.
I'm fat, and I ain't got big enough balls to put my balls up over top of the clutch.
You can't do that no more, Adam. You didn't hear?
Adam, you don't need big enough balls to do that. It's outlawed. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's outlawed?
Yeah, my chassis is no longer legal to run in NTPA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or you can take a PPL pull. Breaking news, pulling fans. Adam Bauer takes this shit really serious. He's up to date on rules.
I haven't looked at that stuff.
So, okay, that brings us in probably to the next question. When will you get your tractors out to look at them for next season?
Oh, I don't know. Probably January, maybe. If they're lucky.
Oh, that ain't bad. This ain't bad, considering there's a poll in January.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to say they were good last time, but they wasn't. So.
Yeah.
Adam, got to ask you.
The last time you pulled, Adam, is that correct?
What's that?
Are they still sitting in the trailer from the last time you pulled?
Yeah.
Unprecedented. That's where you store them.
Takes up too much space in the shop.
Yeah. Why
Adam,
store
got to
it?
ask.
My shop's not as big as yours, Tyler.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
So being that you're a 6 or 7 time now mini rod champion, I know you're keeping count. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for not knowing, but you obviously you're a guy that doesn't lack confidence. You're pretty good at what you do. What better time than for us, fellow competitors, to throw some things out there to you. So there's 3 of us in here. All 3 of us, Tyler, Adam, myself, all have different combinations, all different from you. So if you were to come and take over our operation for a weekend, I need you to tell us what the first, don't dive deep, but just the first change you would make on each one of our operations. You can start with me. So you make one change. What's it going to be? Then you can go around the table.
Oh, my. That's a good damn question, Chase.
It really is. I can't wait to hear
It would
this.
be
Very good.
It wouldn't be hard if you were out behind your trailer. You tell me real quick what I need to do.
That's true.
Well, right. Well, you're right. I do think you have too short a stroke in your tractor.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Back off us. You can rename me Short Stroke.
But yet, freaking, I've had every one of your combinations, so I don't even know what the hell difference it makes, to be honest with you.
If you could, all right. So I have too short a stroke. If you could change one thing with Tyler's operation, what would you change besides the seat? It's already changed. What would you change? Only one. We're not asking one. Just one change.
He always runs a bigger lug than I like, but yeah, we get our ass kicked by Vinny all the fucking time with a bigger lug than that. So who says that don't work?
Okay, so short stroke, short stroke, big lug. Can we get renames on our podcast here, back office? I'm short stroke. Tyler's big lug. What about Adam Koester? I know what you're going to say about here.
He's got every combination in the book, though. He got 3 tractors. And
Sometimes.
he's got the tire I like.
He's got terminal a little harder. Is that what you're saying?
He's got what?
Does he got to rev him up a little harder? Does he got to turn him harder?
A little bit, yes.
So for those,
I'd go with that one.
okay,
Yeah, he needs to beat on it a little harder.
Beat on
You
him
need
a
to
little
quit-
harder.
beat on
Yeah,
it.
it's
You got to
called-
beat on it. There you go.
Jesus
What-
Christ, he can fix them, can he?
Yeah, but I'm too busy fixing everybody else's shit. So
Well, that's all right. You
Yeah.
can still leave time for yours.
that's right.
So Adam, being the first ever guest of this show, we all now have nicknames. I'll go with Short Stroke, Tyler Big Lug, and Adam Beat It Hard. So kudos to you for implementing your
Taylor
effects.
nicknamed you that one.
Oh.
So what are we doing with the diesel super stock?
Yeah, that's pretty much waiting on us. When you do, we still just gotta finish the chassis and stuff.
So why make that move to the diesel? I mean, diesel super stock is an awesome class, but outside just wanting to try something new, you've been a supercharged blown guy your whole life. The diesel world can be a little bit intimidating, just watching guys work on their shit and how they gotta make them work. Are you a little bit intimidating diving into the diesel world?
I mean, I don't know shit about a diesel, which I think is kind of a cool part about it. I remember when I got back started in mini rod pulling, I didn't know a damn thing about that either. And I was successful at it, so it's like, I feel like I won a lot more when I didn't have to work on shit. So if you ain't got to work on that, maybe you'll win some more with that too.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know. It is a cool class. I mean, get all them chargers running together and stuff. I don't know. I guess if there was it was one of the things that we weren't doing what we're doing, that's what we'd build. I guess we was ready for a different adventure, so that's what we're headed, I guess.
So speaking of a different adventure, it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. There was a lot of rumors flying around that Mr. Adam Bauer was going to be applying for an NHRA license. Was there ever any truth to that, or was it pure rumor?
Oh, there'd have been some truth to that. I didn't find the right sponsor for that.
If you were to get an NHRA license, what class would you run and why?
Oh, top fuel. Gotta go to the top.
You're damn
Fucking
right.
around with that pro mod stuff.
There you go.
You heard it here first. Adam Bauer's calling out.
Would it be
Stan
top fuel or would it be a funny car?
Oh, that is a tough question. I would do both. I suppose
Felton. Both.
I don't. Yeah, let's just do both. Shit.
There you go.
Okay.
Ken Vinny
All
always
right.
wanted me in the funny cars, so I guess.
There you go. I got a question
Real
for
fun
you.
car
We know
for
that you're huge Iowa State fans, and your family is all die-hard Cyclone fans. Any of
They
these?
might be more than I am.
Well, you still go to games, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Is there any chance that you've ever met Brock Purdy?
Oh. No.
No.
There was no. Chow got him to come over to. He was actually came over west one time, but I never did go with him. Chow actually
Really?
played with him. Or,
That's right.
Practice with him, I think.
Chow was on
Didn't
Iowa
play.
State team, was he not?
Yeah, he was on practice squad.
There you go. Hey. in
For
the
those
NFL
of you who
practice-
don't know the name Chow, Chow is Adam / Adam's. What would you call Chow? Your assistant, your brains behind the operation, or what would you call him? Assistant.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
there you go. Assistant. Everyone wants
If it
to
was
be Adam Bauer's
Yellowstone,
assistant.
if it was Yellowstone, what would Chow be? Would he be one of the guys there in the bunkhouse?
He's definitely ripped.
He's definitely
ripped.
ripped. There you go.
Or one of Rip's, I should say.
There you go.
Yeah. Adam, it's really clear that you, just like we do, you love the sport of pulling. What's your, we have a lot of fun this show, and it's called the No Practice Podcast, but we do mean it when we say it. This sport is pretty unique compared to every other sport in the world. Kind of what's your opinion on the potential for this, how big this sport could be if
I don't
presented
understand
properly?
why you guys say it's no practice.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Mom and Dad got me fucking practice track. Where's your
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Fucking sled. Practicing
the
with that
rumors are
sled.
true, Adam.
Yeah.
So 13 championships are up for contest because of the indoor practice facility your parents built you. Is
Right.
that correct?
I think so. And if you can find it, good luck.
How many
We got a chuckle
This
out of the
is the-
girlfriend there.
This is the Adam Bauer we all know, and the guy that we see behind the scenes, the indoor practice facility, Adam Bauer.
Right.
Right? You're looking at it. Oh, no, you're
They've
not
been
looking
saying
at
it for years, man, that you've been
Yeah.
practicing. It's
Yeah.
it's all coming to the top now. It's all coming out.
Yeah, no, well, we used to practice sometimes when we used to have pull-offs and stuff, which I guess I was okay with. I could usually
We need to
better.
bring them back.
I don't know. I really don't know about that because my ship
Depends
won't
if the
live long
ship's
enough
running.
to fucking do that.
That's an honest man right there.
That is
If you could change one thing about this sport to make it cooler, what would you change, Adam?
Add nitro.
There you go.
Nitro. And this is the guy who says his shit won't live for 2 runs. Let's add nitro to it.
Funny how that
What the
works.
hell would be cooler than being in Bowling Green on
Yeah.
a Saturday night with flame blowing? I don't see nothing.
Nitro.
Well,
I'm sure the
Right?
sled operators would love that.
Well,
I would
you
run
ain't
a
got to
nitro
be
mini
full
rod, Adam.
nitro.
Well,
just
you gonna
enough to get some
half-ass it?
flame.
You gonna half-ass it?
Well, I mean, you got Jerry Thompson right off the bat.
There you go.
You're damn right.
That's right.
Well, that's one way to get rid of the numbers.
Do you
Most-
think it's
most of them won't be
overpopulated? Do you think our polling numbers are overinflated?
It's not overinflated until the ones that are overinflating it want to start making a bunch of rules for something that hasn't been a problem.
There you
I
go.
would agree with that.
There you go. We have a few of those. I mean, we're all in the same boat. We've been doing this shit for a while. I mean, I don't think any of us
Right.
want to say that this rule needs to be made or subtracted. I guess if you were going to make a rule that is out there, what would you like to implement? What do you think that we need to implement in our class?
I just think, well, and some think that you're making a different tier, but I think the Grand National class does need to be a different tier. I think
There you go. I agree.
it. And then I'm not saying them guys can't jump up and come run with us, but you're going to play by our rules, and that's just
I agree with
kind of the
that.
way I feel, I guess.
Yeah. What about the unlimited class, Adam? That was probably the baddest ass unlimited class all year, and you've been pulling it for a
That-
while. But
That
The
class
state-
has become pretty. What do you want to say? Can't believe that Metos Tyler took that class to the next level. To be honest with you,
It really did. It really
and
did.
why do you? So we know that, but what do you mean by why that tire changed that class? In what way?
well, I mean, a lot of us were struggling to get the horsepower to the ground. There, you know, take Brad and Kevin running screws, and me was 5, Billy was 5, Wayne was 5. We were always struggling with, or back when you and your dad had screws on, same deal. you know, he's always blowing the tires out of the dirt. And as soon as that tire took off, I mean, you don't see us doing that quite as often. So.
That's very well said. And people probably don't realize that.
It really takes the horsepower a lot better. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So now that we have the Mitas tires, Adam, will we ever see you put 5 screws on a tractor to have the highest horsepower vehicle in history?
That is a good question. How'd you know I was working on that?
It would undeniably be the highest horsepower tractor in tractor pulling history. 5 motors and screw blowers, never been done.
Just for
I
reference,
bet Brad.
just
I
for
bet Brad is have the most.
just for reference, just so everybody knows, a screw blower is lighter weight than a 1471. So you would be a little bit lighter.
So
too.
why can't we get that in the mini rod class?
Dude, I'm all for it.
I'll do it.
I mean, I'm the first one there. I think. Now you take guys like Chase over who's on the committee. He thinks that everybody needs to be on the same playing field and all this shit. You know, I gave him that position on the committee, so I'm all for making screw blowers on mini rods. I think it would be badass.
No, Chase already thinks I'm too unsafe.
Right.
I'm just trying to save everyone else. I don't give a shit about you three.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
We have a few
That's
questions from the fans, and a gentleman named Colin Ross commented here shortly, and he said Adam said he would have the chassis to him in April. Is that April 2023 or April 2024? Can you enlighten us on that? Can you tell us what that means?
That might be 25. Depends what Vaughn's got in the store.
So are you working with Chaos Fabrication on your new tractor?
Yeah, Chaos is building all the motor components and stuff. Yeah.
So it's their fault it isn't done. Is that correct?
No, it's hardly their fault. Yeah. No.
I guess that brings up a good point. So with all these irons in the fire, like you might be the busiest person I know, but for the average fan out there, I mean, I know you farm. I don't know if you work at the factory any. I'm sure you have to dabble in some stuff here and there. What exactly do you do outside of the pulling and the farming?
Mostly farming's priority, but then helping Dad with whatever he wants, whether it's in the factory or whatever he's doing. And then
Pouring concrete?
I don't like that shit. That's all for him.
Gotcha.
I was going to ask what your least favorite thing was that you had to do for work.
Yeah, I help him with it, but if I can get out of that, that's see ya. I'm out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We have Adam.
Then pretty much we get done in spring where it's time pulling, so.
Of course.
And helping on
the
the farm
important stuff.
The important stuff. Yeah. Right.
Last question I have for you, Adam, and then we're gonna move on to our next segment. That takes me right into it. So you say once you get done planning, and obviously planning season's unpredictable when you're done. Tell us the shortest timeline you have ever built a tractor and had it on the track. Because I've heard some stories. Man. You literally start on something in 1 week and have it done in a week. Tell me the one story of getting it done with an unprecedented timeline.
I probably have been in 2009. We built Toy and Cowboy, both brand new in 2009. And Toy was painted, half-ass put together. And then CJ, we finished well in that and it got painted and it was on the track in like 8 days or some shit. It was stupid.
Pretty amazing.
Really? That's awesome.
But I mean, it was all a lot of it was all done, but I mean, it just had to get painted and put together. But yeah, we didn't sleep much during that time.
Speaking of
For
sleep,
those of you that don't know, Adam Bauer does not mind not sleeping at a tractor pull.
Yeah.
I was going to say, speaking of not sleeping much, who is the most interesting person that strolls around your trailer about 3 or 4 a.m.? Who would you lay claim that to?
Jeez. Or who else you thinking of?
Well, I was just asking. I mean, I really don't know. I have to say, I've been so busy here lately. We hardly got over to your trailer much this year after the pools, but I mean, we'd venture over there every now and then. But I was just curious who you thought would. Who's the guy that you know about 3 or 4 in the morning comes stumbling over and wants to drink a few more beers with you?
Oh, freaking Peterson.
That man does not sleep.
Profabulous?
No. Well, he does. He sleeps during the day. He's nocturnal. But I think he goes to work in the morning. Like when he's at home working, I think he gets up at like 4. He's at work at 5. And he works. When pulling comes around, that man does not sleep. Like he's up all night.
We'll have him on the show. We'll have him on the show. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
They said he's
not necessarily pulling Hall of Fame.
Too.
Yeah,
New chassis?
He's in the same boat as me, dude. When you drag your shit around all year long and you're not doing very good, you got to do something. So I asked him about that the other day. He says, I got to do something. So he should be getting some new pipe.
Adam, one of the things we love to do on this podcast, being our second episode, is we like to highlight local establishments near tractor pulls that we like to go to and drink at. What's your favorite? All summer long, one pull, one bar. What's your spot?
Oh,
This is you put Adam in a corner here. He just gave a ooh.
oh my!
That's like picking your favorite child. Like they're all good.
Right?
You can see the gears turning.
Yeah. Through all the years, there has to be one that separates itself.
Well, just so you know, 2 weeks ago we called the Crowbar in Toma, so that one's kind of out.
Well,
Or what's the one you have the best story from? Like, did you get into a fight in a bar at a tractor pull before, or some sort of good story you can tell us?
that was actually in Iowa.
Elaborate.
Where is it?
In
209?
Rockwell, Iowa, VFW. Jonto and
Rockwell, Iowa, VFW.
Chucky and Jonto were getting in a fist fight with the locals.
Hey, Chase, weren't you involved in a fist fight?
Didn't even know why.
This is about Adam's telling his story. Rockwell, VFW. Some of your fellow, not everyone knows who we're talking about. So some of your crew and you went to a local bar in Rockwell. And if you don't know, Rockwell is not a big town. So the VFW, there's been some people that. So when we call them up here shortly, they're going to know your name from that episode. How many years ago was this?
Oh man, probably 7.
Give us the details.
7 years.
I don't. They were. What the hell? What they? We don't even know why they got pissed. I think everybody was just drunk.
This was 7 years ago.
Yeah. Then next thing you
Did
know,
you guys
Jonto's
Did you win the fight?
Oh yeah, we got Chucky on hand.
Ah, yes. The ringer.
So we're not going to call them and bring up bad memories. We're here to promote the Rockwell VFW.
Well, Chase, I didn't really have a hard time believing that the Rockwell VFW would be open on a Tuesday at 8:00 at night.
I bet you it is.
I guarantee it is.
Oh, here we go. We're just going to call them just so you.
They're going to be like, who?
No mas.
Go there once
Please
a year.
answer.
Rockwell VFW.
You better be thinking of a second one if they don't answer.
The suspense. It's a
I'm telling
Wednesday,
you
too.
guys.
It's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
If it's anything
Online,
like
it says they're open 24 hours.
Juan says we're not allowed
open
back up
24
there.
hours, my ass.
Adam, do you have a
Not
second
looking.
place that comes to mind?
I mean, should we call 209? Who's working up at 209 right now? Who should we call up there?
I can't say it. I don't know. Who is working? Probably Jackie. Yeah.
All right, they're not picking up, Adam. We're going to need a choice number.
So we're going to pivot. We're going to pivot to the local 209 place in Paton, Iowa. We're going to call them up and tell them we have Adam Bauer on the phone and see what kind of endorsement they can give to the Sport of Pulling and No Practice podcast. Or let's just see if they even know. Let's see if they know who Adam Bauer is. They may not know who Adam Bauer is. Call them.
They might not.
This ought to be good.
209 Main in Paton, Iowa, the only bar in town.
Hi, Jackie. My name is Tyler, calling from the No Practice podcast. We're just doing a feature spotlight on a local bar, and we're featuring the 209 Main tonight. How's it going there this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good. We've actually got a special guest on tonight. Goes by the name of Adam Bauer. Have you heard of the character?
I have. He's a crazy cat.
He's a crazy cat. Tell us your favorite Adam Bauer story, Jackie.
Oh, gosh. There's too many to pick from.
Well, we just need your favorite one. We only need one.
I don't know if it's appropriate on a podcast.
Okay, go with your top appropriate favorite story. Come on, Jackie.
I don't know.
Jackie, there's thousands of people across the world watching this. We're giving great exposure at 209.
Actually, that
Okay.
didn't even happen at 209, but I was hanging out with Adam Bauer after hours one night, and he had happened to, he was one that I called to get me out of the ditch.
Get you out of the ditch? What happened?
Yeah, well, I too many cocktails.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And I actually, so when they pulled us out, my head hit the dash and knocked my fake tooth out.
Of course, this guy doesn't half-ass anything. He pulls very strong.
So, kind of a funny story. I didn't tell him it was fake, and he thought I actually knocked a real tooth out. And
well, as long as it's a fake, it hardly counts.
Yeah, so it was kind of funny. I made a joke about it, saying, "Oh, you knocked out my tooth." But yeah,
that's an excellent story. Did he use a
story
or a pulling tractor to pull you out of the ditch, or anything unique?
He used a tractor.
He used a tractor.
I can't remember.
No, that sounds par for the course. I believe that. Well,
Adam Bauer, true humanitarian.
Back to 209 Main instead of Adam Bauer. What's going on at 209 Main this week? What's the feature? What's your special?
Well, tonight is wing night.
Okay.
So, we got 10 traditional wings for $6 and 13.5 ounces of boneless wings for $6.
What's the most wings you've ever seen an individual eat in one sitting?
I've had 30, I think.
You personally, or you've witnessed it?
No, a customer had ordered three orders and had ate them all.
That's pretty impressive. What else you got going on this weekend? Any live music or this or that, or what's going on this weekend?
No, not this week. I know they're trying to look for a band for Halloween.
Okay.
But we throw an annual Halloween party every year. So.
Do you think Adam will be in attendance?
I don't know.
I've heard he likes dressing up on the weekends. So.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so a part of us calling you in from our podcast is free advertising for 209. I mean, there's thousands of people across the world that are probably going to know about 209 that didn't know about it. So can we speak to someone about getting a special if they come in, mention No Practice Podcast where they can get a free beer, a free food item? Can we get that deal done right now? Or who do we need to speak to? Who do we need to speak to? Who is that?
I can talk to Jason, the GM. He just walked in. If that's
Tell him there's thousands of people coming in this place through the next few months. That advertisement you couldn't pay for, and we need to get a deal done for. If you walk in, if you try to Paton, Iowa, you get free beer, free food, whatever. So just see what he says about it.
Like that place,
we need this done right now. I mean, this is big for the sport of pulling.
Okay, 1 second.
All right,
Chase,
thanks.
Damn.
Adam, you're a true humanitarian. Adam, she just told us how you pulled her out of a ditch.
Knocked her fake tooth out that you thought was real.
Well, wouldn't you think it was real?
I probably.
Yeah, I would.
Holy shit.
I wonder what our
Yeah,
conversation's like right now.
That was quite a night, I will say. Well, everybody's like, hey, smile, I'll take a picture of her.
For insurance purposes.
All right? Oh, man.
Adam, what's
What do
your
you
best
think
story
this
from 209 Maine?
What's that?
What's your best story from 209 Maine, Adam?
209 Maine?
Have you heard of it?
No.
Best story today. What do you think this girl is telling her boss right now? Like, hey, there's some guys calling. They want us to give away free beer and free food on some podcasts.
That
like,
can't be a
what?
hot topic.
Tell them we know
Is she
the
hung
owner.
up? Are they still there?
Yeah, I'm still on hold right now.
Mom's probably calling him.
Oh gosh.
She's
What
listening.
do you think, Adam? Should I hang up or should I stay on the line?
I don't know, make it ring better some more.
Is this the manager? Hey, Jason. Hi. Hey, Chase Richardson. No Practice Podcast. You ever listen to this show?
Hello, I'm sorry you're breaking up.
Have you ever heard of the No Practice Podcast?
I have not.
Well, we're here to grow the sport of pulling. We have thousands and thousands of viewers. People across the world are now enlightened of 209 Maine, and you're our local establishment spotlight. And we would just, being that you're getting this free advertising, any listener that comes into the 209 restaurant, can we work out a deal to get a free beer or something that they mentioned? No Practice Podcast.
Yeah, we can do something like that. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I've never heard of you guys. So I need to do a little research on it.
Have you ever heard of the sport of truck and tractor pulling?
Excuse me?
Have you heard of
Have you ever heard?
the sport of truck and tractor pulling?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what we cover on this podcast is the sport of truck and tractor pulling, and we do a local establishment spotlight every 2 weeks, and this week you're the spotlight.
Okay, so then, so I guess on our end, they just come in and they'll mention they listen or heard it on your podcast. Is that what they'll say?
Yeah, and they have to eat 30 wings to get the free deal.
No, just mention the podcast and they get free beer. Are you? All you got to say is just give us a we're good and we're good.
Is that a good deal or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, we can start. Yeah, when will that start? Immediately, like starting tomorrow or what?
Yeah. No. What time is it there right now? 8:15. It starts at 8:20 tonight.
Yep.
Okay. 8:20. We'll run it till the end of. We'll run it to the first of to the start of the next pulling season. I mean, you're going to have thousands of people come in that place.
All right. Well,
Sorry, I'm just having a hard time hearing, but yes, absolutely. Well, it sounds like a good deal.
all right. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you for your support of pulling.
Rogers.
Jason Rogers, thank you for your support, and it was a privilege talking to you. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Jason, we'll see you there in a few minutes. Thanks.
Well,
For anybody who doesn't know, 209 Maine is not necessarily associated with any pools that we go to, but I think we've all been there. It's
Adam,
in
it's
Paton,
local to
Iowa.
you, right?
When we've all visited Paton, Iowa, to see Adam and his family, and it's their bar, and they have a beautiful establishment there. I mean, you guys still have the ice ledge there, Adam?
Yeah, when it's working.
When it's working. So they have an ice ledge basically where you're sitting there eating and drinking at the bar, you can set your beer down on a nice piece of ice to keep your beer cold. There's not very many places like that in the whole wide world, I can tell you that.
What do they run through that baby, Adam? Liquid nitrogen?
No, it's just coolant, just like in your car.
Of course, just like in our car. So it keeps the motor cool and gets hot.
No, like your air conditioner. Freon.
Freon?
Yeah.
That's
Got a
crazy.
Freon air compressor.
There you go.
It's really unfortunate that Rockwell VFW missed out on this opportunity, but hopefully as this podcast grows, we'll have more opportunities for the Rockwell VFW. But in the meantime, you heard it here, pulling fans. go to 209 in Paton, Iowa, free beer, mention No Practice Podcast. If they give you hell, just call Adam Bauer. Message us and we'll give you his number. It's Adam Koester. It's that part of the show where we get to protest. So take us to it.
Well, on the protest segment, we get some fans here to ask us some questions. And I think our producer can throw these questions up on our screen so we can kind of see. It looks like we got our first one from Chow. And this might be associated with Adam Bauer. If Scott Walker were to come out of retirement, would Adam Bauer win another mini championship?
For those of you who don't know, Scott Walker is Adam Bauer's brother-in-law.
It's a brother-in-law.
Who was with him when he got started, and he's since retired after a few years. So, Adam, tell the fans what they want to hear.
I would say no. He's not lame anymore.
Really? Does Scott even come to any pulls anymore? It's been a while since I've seen him.
He just likes his cows and farming and his kids.
There you go.
I hear those are important.
Yeah, I'm not spending any time with mine right now, so it's okay. All right, let's pop up another question. If Adam Bauer could pull a pro stock, which one would it be?
Ooh.
Would it have a deer motor in it, regardless?
I don't think so.
No?
Oh.
You read?
I think it'd be the Massey.
There you go.
Carlton
Copes?
Carlton
I like
Cope.
Okay.
I call it
Carlton's.
I call it the bad motherfucker.
There you go.
Adam, this is a show for this is a family-oriented show.
Chase, shut up. No, it's not.
Well,
Did you say shut the F up?
There you go.
It's called Duck Book. Duck Book with an F.
Chase is just worried he's going to get canceled. He's already on here apologizing for shit already. I mean, don't worry about it. Adam, we got the next question here from another fan. What is the best track that you have pulled on, besides the one that you practice on?
How do you know
13 championships with an asterisk. What's your favorite track? Might be a better way to say it.
Let's see. My favorite track is probably Toma. The best track is probably a toss-up between Washington and Wellington. I think.
Really?
Well, actually, Louisville can rank right up there too.
Sure. There you go.
You'll be in Louisville in a year or so with that diesel super stock, right?
I doubt it, but I think so.
I wanted to ask you, Adam. You know, we're all friends. We're mini rod competitors. You told us what we need to fix with our mini rod programs. But when you had this diesel super stock going, would it be okay if your mini rod buddies helped you crew it and just kind of took on the whole class as a whole?
Hell yeah.
So if that's the case,
we don't know what we're doing.
No, but mini rod pullers are not dummies. So I think between everyone involved, we could probably scare the shit out of some of these guys, huh?
Yeah, Adam.
If your starter rule after we get done.
If your starter breaks off, Adam, I will try to hold it with my bare hands to start your motor, like I've done before.
Don't do that ever again, will you?
Yeah. Tyler, tell them the story. Tyler, tell the story.
We were at Fort Recovery, and Adam tried to start his
tractor. That's not a good idea.
And I don't think somebody had the starter wound into the blower snout, and so it snapped the starter bracket off of his blower snout. And I mean, Adam's helped me at the starting line get my shit running before, and so I'm like, I'm gonna help him, and I'm like, that starter can't possibly have that much torque. Very stupid statement. It does. And so I walked over there, and I'm like, I'll freehand just fight the anti-rotation of the starter, and somebody hit the switch, and we'll fire this baby right up. And let me tell you, Adam's like, yeah, okay. And they hit the starter switch in his Gator, and that thing just turned my arms into a.
I could see what you were doing.
Oh,
I'm just
That
like,
was a
didn't it
miraculous
bust that
thing
off?
that happened there, really.
Tyler's like, ah, just sit there. I got this. All right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was sitting about 15. I walked up there and evaluated the situation and saw it wasn't a quick fix. I took 15 steps back and said, I can't wait to watch him break his hand. Actually, I didn't want you to get hurt, but
We got
I
to
didn't
fix
see
it, I
belief
have
in
to
you.
say.
That was
We gotta
scarier
fix it.
than when I pulled the coil wire on Adam's motor at Chapel Hill when his motor wouldn't shut off.
tell that story. That's another good
Yeah,
one.
because we cut the kill switch wire.
You're not
Hopefully,
supposed to
Marvin,
do that.
you're
That
not
doesn't
listening.
that doesn't pass tech inspection.
That's true.
Adam,
But
why
if it's
did you?
pull off,
Adam, why did you cut the coal wire? That's illegal. Somebody should have protested you.
yeah, I know, right? Because
So-
it was the pull off, and the motor wouldn't start. Well, it ended up being the ignition switch, so we just cut the wire to the ignition switch. And then
So because
the blower belt got stuck in the injector. And then that motor sat there and fucking ran. And they pulled the kill switch, obviously, and shit. And
Didn't die.
Jackie's going, shut it off! And I'm just like, yeah, I can't. About that, here comes Tyler out, pulls the coil wire. Jackie's like, Adam, why did that motor shut off? Like, because we cut the kill wire to it down there. She's
hey, city,
like, what? Whoops. What else are you gonna do? I had to
city
run.
slicker back office guy. Hey, is there a way we can block Marvin Epperson and Jonathan Mears from this podcast? Because we need to do that ASAP.
No,
They do not.
for
They
all
can't
intents
watch
and
us.
purposes, that story was fabricated and made up, and no part of it's true.
Is Marvin on Facebook? Is Marvin on Facebook? Right now, immediately, high urgency, block both of them from this podcast. Nothing like that ever happens. That's
Not
good
sure that's
stuff, though. Yeah.
Adam, you've been up and down. You've been up and down the track in a lot of different vehicles. What do you?
It happened to Kevin Criswell, but he didn't do it on purpose. Just the motor fell off.
The motor fell off. I was going to ask you. You've been down the track a lot of times in a lot of different vehicles and a lot of different things. What stands out, to you as one of your most exciting runs? I know you've laid a mini rod on its side. I know you've been on fire in a 5-engine tractor. You've done numerous things. What would you claim if somebody's going to ask you what is your most memorable run in any of the pulling vehicles that you've been in? What do you think that is?
I'd say I've been in cross-thread in 13. I'd have to remember, right? But we were pretty much tied with I think LD and Brian Stramick, maybe. I think Ricky could have even got in there. And we were all 6 in the pull-off. And I don't know. We made the pull-off. We made some changes. And, basically, we just put some air in the tires and shit, and then told the truck I was going to get after it a lot harder, and we ended up going out there and whipping their ass for the 3rd championship that year. That was pretty badass, I guess.
This is a guy that does not lack confidence. I'm glad we've had you on here damn near an hour, and now you're starting to be the real you. So maybe we should ask.
So was that a pull the pin moment, Adam? We've seen you say to Trucky, "Truck, pull the pin," and they just grab the mag and give it a little turn. Was that a pin pull moment?
Well, there's just some things you got to do some stuff.
And that's why we need.
No, we didn't change nothing. We went back, put some air in the tires, ran back across the drawbar, make sure we was good there, and we basically had to wait for the other track to get done to get more weight. I don't know. It launched that thing though. It was done what that air did to that thing. But
sometimes you just got to throw something totally different at it. I mean, we all know what can happen when you put air in tires. I mean, things get really interesting, I think.
Oh yeah.
You just got to beat it harder too, right, Koester?
That's
Yeah,
right.
beat it.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'm just out of all the people on this screen, I am definitely the poorest of all four of us. So I'm very conservative.
There's only one guy that's fucking, or excuse me, there's only one guy on this.
Oh, here we go. You cannot apologize, Chase.
Who has 4 mini rods in their shop right now? So I think we need to go back to our guests and get off your rant for a second. Adam, one of my favorite stories of all time. Yeah. What is that? What
is that? Complete mini rods or just 4?
See,
no, it's 4.
I'm not the only one in this conversation.
Adam, one of my favorite stories of all time, and this is going to be our last question. Again, we've had hundreds of people watching this. It's been a great show. Thank you for coming on. Take us through the year whenever you were at Wauseon. I don't remember the year exactly, but you had a significant point deficit to the Honkin' Donkey team, and you made it up that night. Take us through the chronological timeline that day and how you captured it. Were you 9 points behind that last hook? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think we're 9, which Jason and Art had a safari booked or some shit, whatever the hell. They're going to kill some fucking
elephant, giraffe.
village over there in East Asia somewhere. But yeah, no, they ended up postponing the trip because they were leading. Yeah, I think I had like a 9-point lead. And of course, everybody's getting ready, and of course, we drove all night to get there. And Peter, what's going on? I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna walk down there and see how the nerves are down there. They're like, where? I got down at Jason and Art's. I already heard them warm up, and yeah, they walk around there, and of course Art's like, what the hell do you want? I was like, I just seen how the nerves are. Of course, Jason, I'm shot. And I think I must have been early in the hook. I asked Art, I go, you turn that mag at all today? We don't ever turn that mag. I said, you might want to think through today. And he's just like, the hell is that supposed to mean? Blah, blah. Of course,
He probably had to run over and ask Chicken Man if it was okay.
Yeah, right?
We'll get to that story later, but
yeah.
I love his story.
But yeah, I was early at hook and was out there in full pull, and I was waiting for Scott to come up, and just looked at Art, and I looked at it, I was like, you twist that mag, son? And he basically flicked me off. He was like, and needless to say, I ended up gaining 10 points that day, and I was like, holy shit, they didn't twist the mag.
You won the pull and won the points, right?
Won the pull and won the points, yeah. I think, was that? No, that wasn't it.
I think I still got the T-shirt from that year because I think there was a T-shirt that was made after that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What did it say, Adam?
I think Jason had one made that says "Real Cowboys Ride Donkeys," and then the interlead we made one that said, "You know what it takes to break 2 donkeys? 1 cowboy."
There you go.
God, that's good stuff.
Adam, there's some serious. Let's face it. Between all of us, we're all really good friends and everything. We all do whatever. But when it comes down the track, I think we all want to beat each other's asses as bad as anybody. We just.
Oh, yeah.
But you want to beat them at their best. You don't want to beat them when they're broke down and shit's broke. You want to help them get their shit fixed and try to get them down the track. I think we've all. If you look at any videos and somebody's struggling a little bit, you'll see any of these guys out there trying to help make sure they get to make a clean pass because they want to beat them at their best.
Even Tyler with the trying to overcome technology by holding a starter back.
Yeah,
you're damn right. I will try to break my arm.
Yeah. Tyler will break an arm for Adam Bauer.
I can't believe it didn't.
Yeah, Chase is probably going to make a rule against that next year.
Yeah, I know. He's all into the. He's defending every rule that gets put out. Like he's going to get scolded if he.
I'm going to start calling you guys
system.
You guys keep fucking with or messing me too much. You're going to start. I'm going to start calling you two-wheel drive pullers.
The guy can't even say fuck on air because he's scared to death that it's going to have some repercussion to it.
Nah. It's been awesome.
Trying to get the 4-wheel drive class.
Oh, that was actually funny you asked that. You drove a 4-wheel drive one time, right, Adam?
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
No.
How'd that go for you?
Well, I beat everybody I went with. Does that count?
We'll say that for the next segment. Adam, this is the first ever guest on the No Practice podcast, but I think Tyler and Adam, we're in this together. I think it's fair to say Adam's like our honorary, co-host, like the substitute teacher. If one of us can't come, we just bring him back on, right? Are you guys good with that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's been the best guest we've ever had, hands down.
Yeah, he's the best we ever had. So,
I mean, I just think back to all these days, like before we even started pulling, like, I don't know, shit, Adam's been going around and pulling longer than probably I have. I mean, his dad's been doing whatever, but we used to do some pretty dumb shit even before we started pulling.
Oh, and, you still don't? You still don't?
Well, I mean, we do, but we've grown up a little bit. Shit, I mean, I remember Adam Bauer went over at one pull. There was a John Deere that had pennants around it and shit. And he goes out there. He's like, I got the key for that. Goes out and we're at a fair or something. He goes out and jumps in this tractor and takes it down the track because he had the key for it. Because every John Deere uses the same damn key. Has that changed?
Nope.
Don't try that at home.
$1 million. It still didn't change.
Don't try that
there
at
home.
There you go. All right, guys. I think it's time to load the trailer. Adam, always. Yeah. So we got the Tyler Big Luck Slagh. Adam Beat It Harder Koester. Adam always practices Bauer. Then I'm short stroke Chase. So this has been a hell of a show. Like I said, Adam, you're the questions.
We don't have any questions for Grace. Grace has been in there the whole time, and she hasn't got a single question asked to her.
Yeah.
Does Grace have anything to say? Okay, I have a good question for Grace. Before she met Adam Bauer, she ever attended a tractor pull? And the first time that he had taken her to a tractor pull, what did she think?
Listening? You should be listening. They're asking you a question.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to wrap it up. We'll bring him back on another day.
No, she's going to get on there.
Wait,
I'll ask her.
Chase wants this to end soon.
Yeah, he's trying to get off here. It's okay. I get it. So, Grace.
We could. I told you this could be a 5-hour segment with Adam Bauer.
You've been in there the whole time. You've been the co-pilot. You've been doing all the hard work here, setting him all up because we know we don't know technology that well. So, you're fairly new to the pulling world, right? And so, when you met Adam, did you know that he was in tractor pulling?
No, not originally.
Not originally. So the first time he brought you to an event, what did you think?
I thought he was a badass.
You still think he's a badass too?
I still do. I'm a firm believer.
So, he didn't win a mini rod pull all year.
What?
Even though he didn't win a mini rod pull all year?
Yeah, still came out just fine.
That's fair.
So in the short amount of time that you've been around the sport, what would you say would be, I mean, the people that you meet, or, I mean, what is it that you like about pulling so much?
It's the pulling family for me.
Right.
100%. It's the people. I miss them when it's winter. Like, just can't wait.
There you go. Shotgun and beers at night after the pull's over, hanging out with everybody.
Yep. I beat Tyler at Twisted Tea shotgun, so.
Grace has never beaten me. That's fake news.
It is
fake news.
She's never beaten me. Fake news.
She's working on it. I get a little. I see a little practice every now and then with her practicing. She is getting better on her shotgun times. So
Thank you, Adam.
Much like
Yes.
our podcast, I need
You're
no
doing very good.
I need no practice.
You're doing very good.
Ken Volkemeyer Grace says to ask you about coolers at Fort Recovery. Any good stories revolving around coolers at Fort Recovery?
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
How far
No.
can a cooler?
Lindsay
Lindsay Campbell wants to know how far can a cooler be thrown?
Theoretically, if you were to throw a cooler, could it land in a river at Fort Recovery? Theoretically.
Hi.
Hey, careful now.
Get
We
a
might
river.
have a super fan that's watching that knows where his cooler finally
Yeah,
went
all
after
right.
she tossed it into the Wabash River.
On that, we've got to leave some mystery. Should we tie this up?
Yep, we should.
Yes. Well, thank you,
Adam,
Grace, for being such a great sport.
Sure.
How much longer is he going to be in the combine?
Maybe a half
Yeah,
hour.
Another half
Half
hour?
hour.
Okay. Well, unless anyone has anything else, I think we the funny
That was
part,
great.
people will love this whenever of course, we don't script anything. We just want to be ourselves and be authentic. We said, we'll keep this 45-minute, 50-minute show, and we're successfully doubling it up every time. But as
No,
long
we're
as-
not,
we are
Chase.
an hour
We're
and
6 minutes and 50 seconds longer than we were the last time, so it's okay.
Okay.
We're doing good.
All right. Well, Adam, we'll thank you for being the first ever guest. You'll be back on when one of us can't show it up. And
Say why that.
you didn't
I got
agree to
a
that, but
question
we're
for
telling
you
you.
guys. Why the hell?
Oh, go, throw it out. Throw it out there.
Yeah. No, this is a good segment. You asked us questions.
Why the hell did you pick me?
Because we love you, Adam.
Yeah,
What?
right.
Because you won arguably two of the most popular classes in pulling championship this year, the Unlimited, and you got lucky you won Mini Rod. So
Everybody knows why you're on here. You're a fan favorite wherever we go. Everybody looks at you and looks up to you. Plus, we all like shooting the shit with you. We really do. If we didn't think that, we would never come visit you at the polls.
All right.
This show, we've promised the guests and the fans, and I've said this 4 times. We've had 20,000 plus people watch last week. We promised to have interviews like you've never seen before. And the simple fact is, Adam, you've done a lot of cool shit. You don't do interviews, so what better guy to bring on to show we're legit than you?
Yeah, not many people get to break through Adam Bauer's hard candy shell to reveal his insides. So
It took us an hour, but I think he started to show his cards a little bit there. At the
It
end.
did. Did you guys see how cold he was in the beginning? Just short one-word answers.
Yeah.
We need to
Like,
get some
really got him
alcohol
going.
in that fucking combine so
What-
we can
what-
get him
what-
going a little bit.
What kind of combine you in, Adam? A gold one. A gold one. He went from that to saying, I was telling Art Hathaway to turn that mag.
Yeah.
So-
When he walked over and talked to Art Hathaway, you couldn't drive a pin up Art Hathaway's ass with a sledgehammer.
Oh, that
Hey,
was great.
Adam, they were going on some safari, you said?
Yeah, they were gonna shoot up some village or something. No, they're going Cape Buffalo hunt or some shit.
If
Yeah,
you've
Adam,
never
wait,
seen
Adam.
Jason Hathaway, I've been lucky enough to be at Jason Hathaway's house. You walk downstairs at Jason Hathaway's house, there's more dead animals in there than anybody could ever imagine. There's lions and giraffes and
Yeah.
any kind of deer, buffalo, you name it, it's probably dead in there. And you know what? He's probably spent 10 times more money hunting than he does on pulling, so good for
Yeah.
him.
Adam, when are you going your next African safari?
I doubt that's gonna happen. I don't know. I have a hard enough time paying for the Hemi I have. Well, I'm going to paying another Hemi.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Everybody's, broke Adam out. I hear you.
All right,
All right.
boys.
It's been real. Adam, you're the
Cheers.
man. Appreciate you, brother. We'll
Hey,
have our
see
little,
you guys.
we'll have an after hours call here shortly. But fans, our next podcast 2 weeks from now, November what? Help me, somebody. in the
What
back
are
office.
you doing in the next 2 weeks, Chase, besides elk hunting in Colorado at the Cock and Balls Ranch?
I will be back in Kentucky in the next day or so. Then I will. I don't really know what I got going on. It's a good
What
question.
about you?
So I do need to say this though: the farm show applications, everyone's got their farm show applications in. the next time we have this podcast, there's some
that fireball.
There's some cool ass shit that's going to happen to you fans. This time of year, it's about everyone's talking about who's in, who's out, and what's going to happen. Well, luckily, Full Pull is going to crave your appetite the next month or so for farm show content. So that's coming the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, I'll just be helping whatever needs to get done.
What about you, Tyler? What do you got going in the next couple of weeks here?
I don't know. I'd like to take my boat out one more time, get it out on the water. I just got done with a nice 3-day, 2-night kayak trip, did 30 miles of river, slept in a tent, camped in the woods. Miserable, lovely experience. So I'm just kind of laying low now.
You figure out if that crankshaft's cracked or not?
Yes, had the crankshaft magnafluxed. It checked out good.
Good to go.
The one that Bruce started throwing a rod on and stayed wide open for 4 seconds, it didn't check out good,
there you
unfortunately.
Go. Broken.
Yeah. Funny how that works. How about you, Adam? What are you up to?
Oh, man, shit. I was in Houston this week trying to solidify my sponsorship, which was all great. Shell Rotel has been great to me. Looks like we're going to be hanging around a little bit with that. Maybe even a potential sponsor for this podcast. They're pretty psyched about it. But I'm trying to put together this.
You got to watch your language if we're going to get a sponsor. Y'all cuss too much.
No, they know what's going on, and they're okay with it. But I'm going to say that I've been kind of messing around with that other tractor now that I've had a little bit of time. Adam, if you didn't know, I have a 4th mini rod at this point. And to let everybody know, I have sold one of the tractors. There are still 2 for sale.
Can you disclose who bought it? Who bought it?
No, I'm not going to disclose who bought it. I don't think that's very fair to them.
Top secret. We can't talk on this podcast.
But I will say that they did purchase my dad's tractor, which is kind of bittersweet to me, considering that that was my dad's. But I think he's going to let me keep the sheet metal. We're probably going to cut it up and hang it up in the shop and memorialize him. So we are building a brand new Footloose for the upcoming year, and hopefully I can compete with all you guys now and maybe get back where I need to be. But no, I just want to hang out with my family and trying to get all this damn work done. I think Adam's got some parts that I sent to him. I think we need to help out a few more of my customers, get some more parts to them. So just hang out with my wife and son, maybe hang out with my buddies here a little bit and try to get some work done. So not all of us are sitting in a combine at fucking 9 o'clock at night.
I'm trying to get my work done too.
There you go.
Hey, just for the record, fans, you can ask me and Tyler anything on this show. We'll answer it. Adam, you can't ask. Oh, I can't. Like, there's some things undisclosed. No. That's a good way to end it. In the future,
when a guy buys a vehicle,
we asked Adam Bauer, can we ask you anything? Tyler and I agree to answer any questions, but there's some things you can't ask Adam Koester. So just always keep that in mind.
A guy who buys my mini rod, I can tell you right now, you will not see it at any grand national or regional national event.
Shit.
So you're confirming you won't answer all questions?
I'll answer anything you want to know. You ask me right now what you want to know.
This is a good wrap. Always remember, just watch what you ask Adam. Hey, starting tomorrow, we have a Full Pull, free-to-play, win cash prizes at Lufkin, Texas, Outlaw event. Big show. Looking forward to being down there. And again, in the next couple of weeks, the Farm Machinery Show off-season appetite is going to be fulfilled. Can't wait to get all that shit going. And Adam Bauer, thank you again.
Make sure you get on
November
the website. Pull off website. Get some T-shirts. We have T-shirts for sale.
Did you say pull off?
No, I did not say pull off. I said
you said get on the pull off website.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
about Full Pull website.
That site.
Web mall.
That site sucks. Don't be on that site.
We have T-shirts for sale.
OJ, we're 10 seconds away from being an hour and 45. You got to hit the outro.
We're trying to make sure you subscribe and give us a good rating on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, whatever you're listening to us on. Maybe it's YouTube. And it's been a great night, guys. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Cheers. Hey, Buckaroo. Our farewell. We always do a cheers in the camera. So a cheers, and we'll sign off. Here we go, man.
I'm drinking. I'm drinking bitch pops too.
Cheers. Look at both of them with their
cheers. See you guys in 2 weeks.
That's a wrap.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the No Practice Podcast.
Have a good one. Bye.
Stay tuned for the next episode, where we guarantee there still won't be any practice. Bye-bye.